Bro, just a couple of days ago, we was in my daughter's room, and it's a bunk bed. She have a bunk bed, and then a little nooks underneath the bunks or whatever.
It's a grocery store.
It's a grocery store. A grocery store snack. You would think we don't feed the child the way you got fruit roll up wrappers.
Yes.
Zebra cake wrap. I mean, just with the cream still in it.
With the cream still in it. You ain't did but 2 bites on it.
No, but 2 bites. Hey, when you going down there sneaking?
Daddy, where's mommy?
All right, welcome boys and girls to the podcast. We're not gonna waste any of your time. We're gonna get into some tweets about being a parent, scenarios.
So much fun.
We got some advice for you, you know? So we went on the internet, we found some scenarios where parents are trying to raise kids, and we just want to talk about it for a little bit.
Yeah.
So one of the ones I saw was your 8-year-old daughter doesn't want to do her math homework. So she tries to flush the whole exercise in the toilet, and she clogs it up. What would be her punishment?
Truth be told, I'm probably more mad that you clogged my toilet. Like,
the fact that you took the time to devise a plan to flush it down, you could have put that energy into doing your homework.
You just do it in trash. Why you clog? I'm mad because I'm the one who got to unclog it.
Right.
Ain't nobody else going to unclog it.
And guess what? The homework still ain't done.
The homework still ain't done. So now you still got to do the homework. So what do we really accomplish?
What do we accomplish?
So now I'm hot. Now I'm heated. Now you're in trouble because you probably was going to get flushed at a little bit doing your homework because you know how kids like that, a little slow sometimes. Mm-hmm. But now I got a clogged up toilet with water all over the floor.
Right. The homework ain't turned in.
The homework ain't turned in.
You done failed a grade.
You done failed a grade.
We teaching the same 1 + 1 again.
We still going over.
We've delayed your process. Like what? Like everything is on hold now.
And the thing because you was asking about how would you punish your kid? You know, in this new world we live in, you know, where the stuff our parents did we can't do or it's frowned upon to do. You got to it's in hiding. It's in and so it's like. I want to whoop them,
right?
But then if they head to school and show like a bruise on their thigh, here come the people at my door. And now I got to think about: do I really want the vacation of not having kids, or do I still want to seem like a reasonable parent, like I love my kids and stuff?
Sometimes the mini vacations are, they're worth it.
You need them vacations sometimes because, like, and matter of fact, whoop them, send them to school with a note that say, "Yeah, I whooped them," and guarantee.
Come holler at me.
Come holler at me. I'll be at the house. Like, so in that moment, like, how do you really if you send them to the room, they probably want to be in there anyway.
Right.
All they toys in the TV in the bed and what's I don't feel better for that because I'm still mad.
Hey,
all I did was send them off to their room.
Right. And then you find out 20 minutes later, or 2 hours later, when you send them to the room, they in there on the tablet. So it's
having a good old time. So did they really get punished? I got punished because now I'm mopping up the floor. After the little rug you have in the bathroom, I got to throw it in the washing machine and stuff like that. Yeah, so I don't. To be truthful, I don't know how I will punish them.
There is no punishment these days.
There ain't no punishment these days. It's just a big sigh. Go to your room, baby, because
there it is.
You might be about to die.
Yes. Yes.
Just go to your. Please, I need you out my face right now.
All right.
You bet not.
We got some more up here. So here's one for your son. I ain't got sons.
I got
sons. So here's one for your son. Your son brings cigarettes home from school, of course, because everybody's vaping and smoking these days.
I'm about to say, who's still smoking cigarettes?
And tries to smoke it in the bed. He accidentally sets the bed on fire, burning down the whole house in the process.
Oh, Jesus.
What we doing?
He gonna have to find somewhere to stay.
Well, it sounds like everybody got to die. Technically, everybody got to find somewhere else to stay.
Well, he ain't going to the hotel with me.
Right.
I'm going to find.
At this point, you got to come. You got to come get them.
You got to come get him. You got again in this new age. Well, I can't knock him upside his head.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna have to come get him
because he don't live here long.
I would have to find that relative, that aunt, their grandparent. Well, these grandparents nowadays have everything in the world, but find that relative who don't got cable, they ain't got internet, ain't no games over there.
That's crazy.
You just going there, sit on the sofa and help her in the yard. That's what your punishment is. I'm gonna find a relative where all you doing over there is yard work.
If I sent my kids to my grandparents' house, my mom and dad's house, they probably
I can see my dad.
Yeah, I can see my dad coping with them and saying it was probably best for the house to be burned. There's no punishment.
I heard your daddy talk about wanting a new house.
Yeah. They would find a way to make everything sweet.
That's what I'm saying. Like, these kids get no consequences no more.
No consequences.
I burned my parents' house down. I'm in the woods by myself.
Yeah, I'm scared to come home. Let alone, it's just the fear is no longer there.
The fact you bold enough
to smoke in the house.
Let's not even say you bold enough to smoke in the house as if we ain't gonna smell it.
That's the new age. I don't think they think things through.
We
We just read about a girl flushing stuff down the toilet. Why didn't you just throw it in the trash can on the way home? Like, why do you have to flush it down the toilet? The kids are stupid these days.
You in the bed smoking. Like, we ain't gonna smell it. Like, we ain't gonna smell it.
Nobody smoking this house.
Nobody's smoking this house. I'm smelling through the vents.
It makes no sense.
What you doing? Like, what in your calculations made you think this was a good idea? And sometimes I often say with parent, my kid, you got to show your kids you crazy. Like, I think that's kind of like the illusion of punishment. Mm-hmm. You kind of just have to give the illusion of oh, I'm gonna do something.
Yeah, the fear factor.
You may never actually do anything,
right? But
they got to believe you ain't wrapped too tight.
Right.
Like, if you come in and bust that door in,
yeah,
at least that initial fear. You just gonna come in there and stare at them, but at least that
that's my oldest. My oldest will stand up straight and not say one word.
But that little one.
But the little one.
There's always them little ones.
The youngest one will say, "What you need?"
The little one will say, "What?"
Yeah.
I was busy.
The fear factor does not work with my youngest child at all, man. Like, it feels bad because I have to discipline both of them because of the youngest actions.
Right. And I'm kind of in the same. I got 4 all together, and it's a age gap in between the two. Mm-hmm. So the older ones are pretty much aging out of at least spankings or whoopings or whatever. Mm-hmm. You can't use that in your toolbox no more.
I don't ever know when the last time I spanked mine.
Right, like, and not that you spank them anyway, but that's not. But you can at least threaten them with it up until a certain age.
Right.
My older ones, they getting out that phase. Well, you're like, I'm gonna whoop you. Okay, Dad.
Okay. You gotta catch me, bro.
I'll just walk out the house. Like, so disciplining them is a lot just of yelling and questioning their
threats,
threatening and questioning their intelligence a lot of times, and letting them know you ain't ready to be out here like you think you're ready to be out here.
Right.
So my younger ones though are still at a place where I can give them a mean look and they straighten up a little bit.
They don't know that you're lying yet.
They don't know I'm lying yet.
Right.
The older ones know full well I'm lying.
Right.
He ain't gonna touch me.
Right.
Which is sad,
But very sad. Right. I have to discipline mine by saying, hey, I'm gonna take your tablets.
Right. Because that's tablet.
So mine stay on their tablets till 12 to 12. It's no time. So I have to put the little password on it.
The controls on it.
Right.
The parental lock.
So so that it cuts off at a certain time to get them unmotivated to do the tablets.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we are with that. But just a couple more of these right here and we'll go and move on. So I read this tweet here. I was emptying out my daughter's backpack on the last day of school, and I pulled out an orange with a face drawn on it. And she casually said, "Oh, there's Bruce," and took it from me and walked away. I have so many questions like,
Hey, how old is this?
First of all, does she have any friends?
Do she have any friends? And why is it? And why she got a male friend?
Why she got a male
Named
friend?
Bruce. That's an old man name. Ain't nobody
Bruce.
Ain't no young kid.
Ain't nobody named Bruce. Where she get Bruce from? Ain't nobody named Bruce.
Ain't nobody named their kids Bruce no more. So who in real life she know named Bruce that she done modeled this orange after?
And I have to check my kids' book bags daily because if I miss a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, it's an old orange or orange banana done rotten. Just like you don't see this in your book bag. It don't bother you that it's 27 ants in here.
It amazes me how kids could just overlook filth, and it's like how you live and be the first one scratching. First one, I'm itchy. No wonder you got gnats in your room.
Right. And then want to go tell the neighbor that we got ants in there. No, you got ants in your room. As many times as I've told my youngest, do not bring food upstairs. Do not bring food upstairs. My oldest one, she gets it.
Right.
She's the tattletale. She's the
She's
tattletale. Daddy, Chloe just brought food upstairs. She's got cookie in the bed. So I will actually forget that she told me that she has cooking in the beds and then go back a week later and find all the wrappers under the bed, in the corner, in the closet, in the book bag. And I'm like, bruh.
Just a couple of days ago, we was in my daughter's room and it's a bunk bed. She have a bunk bed. Mm-hmm. And then a little nooks underneath the bunks or whatever.
It's a grocery store.
It's a grocery store. A grocery store snack. You would think we don't feed the child the way you got fruit roll up wrappers.
Yes.
Zebra cake wrap. I mean, just with the cream still in it.
You ain't did but 2 bites on it.
No, but 2 bites. Hey, when you going down this, you must be.
They should work in the pen.
You part-time ninja or something. But just chew it out. And be the first one running around here scratching, talking about something. I'm itchy. No wonder.
And then don't want to take a bath.
Don't want to clean your room. All this kind like
it makes no sense, man. This new age kids is not for the weak, man.
I say all the time, my parents did a good job of intimidating the hell out of us.
Yes.
My parents, if they weren't crazy, we sure thought they was.
Yes.
Like that. And not that we was perfect kids, but that kept me from doing a whole lot simply because my parents gonna probably murder me when I get home.
Like I legit don't want to go home. I would legit stay down the street or under a bridge because I fear for what could happen. And I don't think my mom and my dad whooped me as much as I intended. But my dad never said anything to me. Well, we didn't have those one-on-one talks as much as my mom. Those were weekly, daily about what's going on in my life.
Just riding to school talking.
Yeah, we just talking about everything.
It's 7:30 in the morning.
It's just those moments that my dad does speak up and say, "Hey, let me talk to you." It's like, oh,
it means something.
It's serious.
That's heavy, right?
I done did something wrong. If you want, but I remember one time I kicked the basketball, playing outside basketball through my mom's window.
Oh God!
Scared for my life, Like first we got to pay for this window. I understood that it's a cost to this.
Right.
I don't think kids understand that there's a cost to everything these days.
Let me tell you why I hate my kids. Because my kids they go through headphones, break them, lose them, just don't know. Hey, where you blue headphones? Blue headphones. You be like, you're the ones I just talked to, and they allocate
the
them
receipt right here.
Got the receipt right here, or just tell stuff. Be just careless with stuff,
right.
And like it's like I know you may not understand the true value of money,
right?
But you have to understand I spent my money for this.
Yes.
Like I work hard,
yes.
To get you these things. Hopefully to make you happy, but now I'm about to stop caring. Right, I'm about to just because my kids don't go outside, and they about to be just forced to be outside kids simply because it'll save me money.
I would want my kids to be outside, but I don't think I'm outside enough. I'm too lazy to go outside and actually watch them outside, and they're not old enough to go outside by themselves.
They watch us.
True.
I play with a neighbor, but see, you can't.
But nowadays, somebody might ride by and pick you up.
Kids, because nobody kids go
true.
outside.
True.
Nobody kids go outside. So, and I think that's the thing too. I can't really enforce it because I know that mean I got to go out there too.
Right.
I've had
people
my
across my
outside
street.
time.
I don't want my kids interacting.
Right.
with.
Some kids you don't.
I don't need that. I don't need that brought into my house.
I keep them inside.
Right. We'll just stay inside.
Because as soon as they say something, I know exactly where you got
Right.
that from.
Right.
Darn
I
it.
don't need you. Yeah. I don't need that influence brought into my house. So y'all just stay inside.
Y'all
we
just
can
stay
do
at home.
outside activities inside without the
At
sun.
least I can control what you're watching on your tablet.
Right. We can
Somewhat.
control the environment. Like outside, I gotta go out. I gotta get out my bed. Oh, I'm too lazy for it now.
Yeah,
so I'm a lazy parent.
I just think not understand the consequences, or at least sometimes you may feel like it's, as a parent you're handcuffed a bit as far as what consequences you could dole out.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't even make them do too much yard work no more because you had them outside all day in the hot sun. Well, they shouldn't have kicked the basketball that broke the window.
Hey, we ain't even got the yard work thing. I think my kids like being outside. At least when they go to grandma's house, they like to plant flowers and stuff. It's just daddy like to stay inside. So, you have to live with that.
I think it depends because like if I'm not mistaken, at your parents' house it's like fenced in and stuff.
Yeah.
So you can control that.
Somewhat, yeah. But in my neighborhood, no, they're not going outside because I don't want them interacting with the kids across the street.
Yeah.
And I'm too paranoid to stay in the room and they
just
be
know
outside.
they're outside. Yeah.
With all the things that's going on. Because if somebody, what is called, take my kids.
I think about that all the time, dog. Like
Yes, if somebody, I worry myself to paranoid to. If somebody took my kids, what would I do? Like, and it haven't even happened.
I don't know what I would do, but I would just know it would be something like I couldn't be that parent where, heaven forbid, something happened to my kids and they catch the person. And then they take him to court, and like,
and
I'm
so
just
you one of those.
I'm jumping over the banister.
I can see
like,
that.
I'm like, you go, like it's gonna be a tussle.
It's gonna be something. I gotta get me a shot in.
Like
even though you're not in your mental state.
Right,
I mean, the person's not in his mental state.
It's kind of like it's gonna be the only person who's gonna be on trial is me,
right?
Because I done did something. Like I'm not the go out and hunt for him because I have no.
And I hate.
Logistical
I don't want to be
skills.
put in that spot. Because I don't want to have to prove my love. I know the podcast is let me tell you why I hate my kids. We really do hate our kids. We really do. But it's a love-hate relationship. It's a love-hate relationship.
It's like I hate the things they do.
Right.
But if you hurt my babies,
I don't want to be put in that
I want about to
situation.
question it. Like,
Right.
What kind of father are you?
You're not going to do anything? That's 10 to 15.
Right, you sit here like, I'm waiting on the law to figure it
I'm
out.
going to let the law, let the jurisdiction sit up.
People are better than me. People let them better than me. And see,
Right, I don't have
like
to prove myself.
Right.
And then I have to jump across the stage and jump across the courtroom and beat this man. And now I got to serve 20 years and he only got to serve 5. And that's just to prove my love. I don't want to be put in that situation.
Right.
It's so much pressure.
So you just try to control it.
Right.
Like, you know what? Just don't go outside.
Just stay inside.
Just stay
Just stay
inside.
inside.
It's much safer.
Right.
And it keep me out of prison.
There you go.
That's true. That's true.
All right, let's do 2 more. Okay, here goes one. My kid told me an old dead girl lives in her room and whispers to her at night. I hope they get along because I'm never going to again, is what a parent said. I haven't had that. I remember when I was young, though, I did have an invisible friend that I talked to. I don't know what kind of stage I was going through or how old I was. I know I was young, maybe about 5 or 6, where I used to talk to somebody that, I think because I longed for a brother. My sister is very older than me. I don't know if you was around back then. I was middle school. We pretty much kicked it up. Maybe this was before middle school.
Well, late elementary school, yeah.
But yeah, I remember I did have an invisible friend that I used to talk to. I don't think it was a long relationship. Maybe it was a good 3 to 4 months that I used to talk to this person just randomly.
Just randomly, you're right.
But I did have that at one time. They wasn't dead or nothing, but I did make up somebody.
I think that type of scenario is why it's important to have your kids in church Because if they gonna talk to somebody and report back down, I would much rather hear I'm talking to angels.
Yeah.
Than a dead person.
Like the fact that you know they're dead and you're still talking to them.
What type of hooligan are you raised?
What movie did you watch? She obviously just watched the crazy movie.
What type of godless environment do you have your children in?
And the fact that you don't want to go in
you don't even want to go.
The fact that you're just going to allow it to happen.
Like, you know what? As long as you're safe.
This is why kids murder the kids, and they cut up their little brothers and stuff like this, because you're not addressing these issues.
You're not addressing
of her talking to dead people at night.
Because that's probably a demon. It's probably a demon.
Your kid has mental illness.
Your kid has mental illness.
This is why she's not passing first grade.
Early therapy. This is why they keep trying to kick her out of first grade.
Right.
Because somebody took some scissors and she beat them.
Right. The teachers, the students, and the people, the counselors there are not lying when they said this girl has mental issues.
They not lying.
You need to actually listen to some of these people and actually address these issues.
You know, I hate the people who feel like I know my baby or not my child type stuff. Right. And now, granted, you know, it's certain things that may not sound like your kid, but you got to make allowances for anything to be possible because kids are different outside the house. Yes. Like, especially in the scenario, like they could be an only child and their only real interaction is with you or other adults because they know other kids around. And so they probably snuggle up on you and hug up on you and be nice and sweet to you when you with them, A, because you're their parent, and B, they just don't have any other kids around that they interact with. But when they go to school and because they're only child, they don't know how to share. So somebody to take a piece of construction paper, they taking a ruler and beating them in the ear, you know.
Now I got to go to school with my kid. Now I got to defend them.
Now I got to defend my kid against your kid, and you right here talking about not Taekwon. No, Taekwon is a certified psycho. Taekwon need to go talk to somebody because Taekwon don't have social skills. He beat my kid with a ruler, right? Because they doing arts and craft time, and he wanted the red construction paper when my child got to it first, and he just don't know how to share. So, but hey, go back to that scenario. That I would advise that parent to be involved in church, so at least they can say I'm talking to angels and not a dead person,
bro. Craziness. All right, last one. All right, let's do this one. Ooh, your 18-year-old daughter, don't got that yet. Still ain't got that yet.
I'm scared.
Tells you she found a part-time job in the town during vacation. You later find out she's a sex worker. Escalated very quickly.
That went way left.
How do you handle this?
Dog.
First of all, see, I think these are issues or scenarios that don't happen in the black household, clearly. Because
or at least they don't happen like that child has already moved out.
Right.
Like you ain't doing this in a black parent house.
First of all, if she's 18, she still live under my house. She probably still live under my house.
As long as you still under my house, you still got to follow.
I feel like I would know what type of job you got or what type of job. Right. I feel like I'm the one taking you to the job interviews.
Some things. Right.
I done been there. Like I don't know how you put this application in without me knowing. Like where's this 18-year-old child at where she was able to actually apply and get the job and been working there.
Because that's usually a night job, right?
Right.
Ain't nobody really perform that successfully in the middle of the day. Not that I know
these are scenarios I haven't had to deal with, and I hope I never have to deal with. Like I haven't even gotten to the dating stage and the boys thing, so I feel like right now is the easy breezy thing because I can keep them where I want them to be. Tell them to sit down and be quiet when I want them to sit down, go to bed, eat this, do that. Like this is the golden years. Like it's a time where it's gonna escalate real quick when boys get, and then they're gonna actually have their own opinions and nails and all the things of a girl.
I think that's the kind of stuff, and you know, you acknowledge that as your children grow older, especially become adults and young adults and stuff like that, that ultimately they're gonna do what they want to do.
Ultimately, but
I think there's something along the way where the path gets skewered, where maybe you just stop paying attention to them as much, or having those, like you said, you and your mom used to have them conversations, even when you was a young kid.
Daily.
You had them conversations with your kids just to kind of get an idea what
A gauge, yeah.
A gauge,
Right. Somewhere along the line,
you
we
can't
would have
just
said,
pop up and say, "I found out my kid a sex worker," and like, well, no, they just had a cheerleader competition.
oh my God.
A couple weeks ago. Like, what? Is it other girls you doing
Right.
this with? Like,
you didn't notice the broom missing from the
Right.
kitchen that she done put in her room and started twirling around?
Right? Is there other cheerleaders who do this with you? Like, because I feel like I know who you be around, and I try to cultivate an environment that's conducive to success. And you know, that would just strike me like that would really just come out of left field. Like, you really got to sit back and say, how did I miss this? I think that would really be one of those situations you say, how did I miss this? Like,
I guess parents miss their daughters come out. You know, you have where the daughters come out and say, "Mom or Dad, I'm pregnant." So I guess you can't miss that type of thing. So I guess that would be kind of similar. I don't know.
But I think even with that, I think that kids gonna do what kids do. Teenagers gonna do what teenagers do. We all gotta prep for that. But I just think there are some, and sometimes I think, you know, one thing I'll say about my parents that I appreciated as an adult is that my parents always kept it real with us. They really ain't shield us from now. Mm-hmm. There was a standard. You're not gonna do certain things in their house, right. But they had real conversations with us about the consequences of doing things, and I understand how you feel. And now, granted, my parents were very young parents. They were teenage parents. And they didn't want their kids to follow in that same line of becoming parents as high schoolers. So that's probably why they were on us the way they were. So they kept it real with us. Hey, you know, me and my dad will talk. I know you got these cute girls, and arousal happen and stuff like that, and you just got to understand what that mean. And but you know, if you got plans, and you don't want having kids to ruin your plans, you know, stuff like. Yeah. But things happen. I get it, but that sex worker thing just coming out the blue would be like, well, how did I miss something? Like, right? Because it's one thing to have a boyfriend, or you know, a little school boyfriend or whatever, and y'all got curious and started having sex. I don't know where you're having sex because they're in my house. It may be in the car. Hey, that's where I used to get down. Hey. But at least in that case, you're like, okay, here's the little boy she been seeing or whatever. Mm-hmm. That kind of make more sense than just a full-fledged sex worker. Sex worker mean you getting all the dicks. I mean, like ain't you getting paid for it. So how do you find the clientele? How do you get in this world?
Somebody found her.
Somebody found her. She might be at a strip club. She might be a stripper, and to get extra tips, she doing a little other stuff. Hey, that's crazy.
Well, that is sex advice. This is. Let me tell you why I hate my kids. That was just our advice as a parent to help our viewers.
Yeah, because
we care.
We care. We care.
But that is to wrap up that segment. So, welcome to the show, you guys. This is Let Me Tell You Why I Hate My Kids with Kenny and Charles. We give our parent advice about how to whip your kids better.
How to raise them a little bit better and not lose your mind with the stupid stuff they do. True. Because I don't care who your kid is. I see people post stuff about their kids. Oh, my 2-year-old know the alphabet backwards. They still stupid. I don't care. Like, they still stupid. You set yourself up for failure thinking your kid's special.
We just lost 2 viewers with that one. We're at -2 right now.
People kill me with that joke. Oh, they know. Okay, my kids got some special abilities too, but guess what?
I will be the first to admit, my youngest, I'm worried about her. When it comes to school, she doesn't want to learn.
She don't want to learn. Point blank.
To put it in those terms, she doesn't want to learn. And I get it. You got the short attention span. Parents, adults have a short attention span. So I don't expect her to sit still for 20, 30 minutes to actually learn, or we're past the alphabet or 1, 2, 3s and stuff like. We're past that. We're more into addition, 1 plus 1, 2
Right.
plus 2. So I don't expect you to sit there and listen to Dad for 30 minutes to an hour. I would like it.
Right.
I would like for us to go ahead and knock out all 1 plus all the way up to 20. I would love us to go ahead and knock those out quick and be moving on to 2 plus 2 tomorrow. But I understand it's a process, and she doesn't care to learn.
Listen, you talk about short attention span. I can barely trust to give my kids an instruction to throw something away downstairs and come back upstairs and clean up your room. I can't trust they're gonna come back upstairs without getting distracted. I go downstairs, you at the table.
Yes.
What did I tell you to do? They legit look at you like you was talking like.
Oh, you meant today?
You meant today, right? Oh, I heard you say that, but I didn't know you was talking to me. So yeah, like this stuff is it's wild out here. And like I said, I see folks, and hey, be proud of your kids, brag on your kids, all this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But it make my eye twitch a bit when you really try to prop your kid up as if they just more special than anybody. You set yourself up for failure. That's all. You just have to recognize that they're children still, and children do stupid stuff.
They do stupid stuff. Well, and I think what we was talking about today was about learning. What we was talking about today was teaching our kids,
helping them with schoolwork.
Helping with schoolwork, and.
It just leaves speechless.
When I tell you the struggle with helping my kids with schoolwork, oh my gosh, let's do ABCs. So it's easy. It's like, hey, repeat after me: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and it's say that with me now. B, A, C. I did not say that. I said A, B, C. So why are you saying C first? Like, it's just listen. It's listening.
It be the stuff for me when we went over this.
We went over this.
I know we went over this because I was there. And then we revisited a week later.
Yes.
And you look at me like, this your first time hearing about it.
We never talked about it.
And that's when, like, you know how you feel like you just short circuit a bit, like your brain just short circuit. That's when I feel like I'm about to really lose it.
Right. I feel like I can actually lock my kids up in the basement and leave them there because you have taken me there. You have taken me there, and it's like I know we went over this. I wrote the notes to it, and you still don't get it.
You still don't
get it. I don't
get
expect for you to know A through Z on day one. But I do expect you to know ABC on day one. I don't feel like we should go back to ABC on day 2. We already know that. It's only 3. It's only 3.
Right.
ABC. It's not BCA. Let me hear you say ABC.
Right. And so the constant restarts and being a teacher is a calling. It's a special calling.
It is.
Because Lord knows that I don't have the patience for it. And I was, and I tried with my kids. As a student, I was a straight A student, advanced classes, honors classes, all that stuff. Now I know that I can't expect me out of my kids. That wouldn't be fair. Every kid
it wouldn't be fair.
It wouldn't be fair
because I was so gifted.
I don't want to put that burden on them.
Right.
However, there are just certain things that I cannot. I can't tolerate that we 3 weeks in and what was covered in week 1 is still giving you still looking at me with this blank stare. Your eyes like we never heard this.
Right.
Like,
we have to seriously address. Do you need to be in my 5 classes? Do you need special attention?
Right, and then
I have to look you in the eye and say, "Are you listening?"
And then outside tutoring and stuff, it's a cost to that stuff. That stuff will add up,
right.
And I know most people say, spare no expense for your kids, but there got to be a limit. There's
got to be a limit.
So where we just determine, listen, just do enough to get your diploma, baby, and then we're gonna figure it out life after that.
I have to put rewards around everything. If you go to school and you actually listen today, we'll go get some Dairy Queen.
If I don't get a note from your teacher today.
Right. Let me tell you about the time where mine in daycare, so you can tell when mine has been listening. On the ride up to go pick them up from the curb, they coming out, and you can tell the expression on their face what happened.
What type of day it was?
What kind of day it was? So my youngest comes out. She's usually up and jumping, running around, hanging on the fence. When she comes out, both hands by her side, standing still, we already know that it was a bad day, and somebody's getting a whipping.
Right.
And it probably is no tablets for the rest of the week.
Right. When my oldest son, when he was in daycare, he was the same way. Where most days I go pick him up, Daddy, run to me, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But then them days, it was a challenge. I mean, he getting his backpack slow, his shoes off for some reason.
Right.
So he put his shoes on, slow walk to the car, and he already know we not speaking terms. Don't say nothing.
The whole ride to the house.
Don't ask me for nothing.
Don't say nothing. Because we already know. I want to build up this momentum to whip your butt. So I don't want no, Daddy, I love you. Or sweet talk, because that'll lessen the blow.
We not on
when we get
speaking
in the room.
terms.
So don't speak to me on the way home, because I want to give you the full force of what I'm feeling right now.
I want you to know you're in trouble.
Right.
And ain't no getting out
That's
of
the
it.
best parent.
Because all I ask you to do is go to school and act like you got some home training.
Right.
just act like I raised you a little bit. Like act like I'm somewhat of a decent parent and I can control my kids.
Right. And we practice this in my household. How to sit in a classroom. Like when I'm talking, I'm the teacher. You sit still. But my youngest, she's a daredevil. She I want to do everything the opposite of what he actually says. He doesn't really know what he's talking about.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna push the limits, and then it's getting to a point where my oldest is like, he's not doing nothing. Mm-hmm. So I had to actually extra discipline my youngest even more to the extent of almost killing her to prove a point.
I gotta send the message.
To the oldest, like, hey, this stuff is real.
I gotta send the message.
I'm not lying when I say I'll whip her.
I'm the man I say I am.
This is my house. This is what we do here. Don't test me.
I'm the man I say I am.
Don't test me.
Oh boy.
But she makes sure she holds me accountable.
Yeah.
Make sure that I'll hold up my end of the bargain.
And I think that's one of the things that's difficult for me, having the age gap in between my kids. It's about 7 years between the older set and the younger set. Mm-hmm. So my 5-year-old, he's super active. I mean, he all boy. He adventurous, jumping off, falling off monkey bars, splitting his chin open. He had to get stitches and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. But my youngest one, he more reserved, but he almost full. So he getting to that point where he gonna push. Mm-hmm. And so it's like I gotta let them know, like, no, like, I don't deal with your older siblings in that way because they're older. You know, right. I can talk a little more sense into them. But y'all two, we was at the mall, take off running.
Yeah.
And
no home training.
And so no home training, none. like we don't teach.
We didn't talk about this in the car.
Like we don't teach. Stay with me.
Right.
Take off running. So by the time we catch up to them, y'all better not run again. Try me if you want to. Yeah. My youngest gonna start laughing. In that moment, I'm like, nigga, do they in charge or something? Because this little boy really just showed all his teeth to me.
That's the worst feeling. My youngest laughs at me daily. And I have to feel like I have to prove myself.
Right.
And it's the worst feeling to the point where I get even so mad, so I have to go in my room and cool off.
You do.
Because I would explode and I would throw you out this window because you smiled at me about not wanting to take a bath.
I definitely have told them to go in their room, and I go in my room and woo-saw because
you need that time away.
You about to get punted.
I'm about to be on first 38.
You about to be on
first 48.
You about to get punted, and them people just gonna have to come get me. It's just about to come get me. I don't know where y'all mama at. You know, so to keep things calm, but I legit said, you know, pick this stuff up off the floor. I'm not telling you again, or I'm gonna spank your bottom. why are you showing me your teeth right now?
Why are we laughing?
What about this?
What was funny?
What was funny? Am I funny? Have I already proven to you I can do nothing? So now I got to do something.
Right.
And then especially my youngest one, he the first one not take you serious, but then the first one to cry all loud and dramatic, like this is the worst day of his life.
Yes.
Like, if you would just, you know what?
Yes.
Go in your room and shut up.
Mine laughs, so I say stop laughing, or I'm gonna get my belt. And it's a little giggle. I guess they get this from school or something because we don't teach this at house. I don't know where they get this from. So we got this hallway. I walk down the hallway, get my belt. I intentionally shake it
so you hear it. Yeah.
And all you hear is like somebody's about to murder them. But you have to strike that type of fear into them to get a response to know that, hey, I mean business.
Now, there are times where I'm successful in threatening them and intimidating them, and their reaction almost make me laugh. Like, I gotta hold it together. It be times where they be, and it's so funny to me, and I just have to turn my head real quick because I'm kind of like happy because this is the reaction I want.
Right.
This is the
reached a new level of
I reached a new level of fatherhood.
Right.
So okay, he might mean business.
He might respect me.
And so now they might respect me now.
Right.
Because I'm getting the reaction I really, really want, and I can't let my happiness show.
Right.
Because now I'm smiling. They're gonna and now they're gonna.
And then you're gonna lose the respect. And you gotta start over day one. It's a constant battle with these kids.
It's a battle with these kids.
It's different levels to this thing, and I feel like I'm resetting each level each day because I get to the level and then I reset and find out I actually wasn't on that level because she's still laughing.
Right.
After I whooped her, and we have to address this issue once again. It's being a dad, but I know what. Shout outs to all the dads out there.
I know what popular media. I'm looking right in the camera. I know what popular media and culture will have y'all to believe that dads have it easy, but I tell you, it ain't.
It ain't.
Not only we got to deal with their mamas, we got to.
This is let me tell you why I hate my
kids. Let me tell you why this, but this is about the kid.
On the other podcast, we on the other podcast for that one, but this is let me tell you why I hate my kids.
But being that dad who know what's going, who isn't asleep at the wheel, and trying to keep everything together, keep everybody safe and well managed, all this kind of stuff, it's a task for you. It's a task for you. And the only explanation as to why you do it is love, because there's no other logical reason why something that gives you so many gray hairs you keep doing every day.
Hey, I'm with you, my boy.
It's crazy out here.
It's rough out here in these streets.
It's rough in these streets, man. So.
But, hey, that's what we signed up for.
That's what we signed.
That 5 minutes of pleasure.
I was about to say, I don't know if you necessarily signed up for you. Your mind was in other places at the time.
Right. I didn't expect this from what I wanted, but hey, this is what we got.
This is what we got.
Listen, we gotta do it. We gotta play whatever we got. Okay, so whatever.
All right.
But
for real.
Hey, this is just a constant reminder. This podcast is just a constant reminder to whip your kids, man. Whip your kids because they bad as hell. They doing something that you don't even know. Like right now, while you're listening to this, watching this, wherever you at, if you listen to it on your podcast or watching it on YouTube, right now, your kids doing something they ain't supposed to be doing.
Right now, your kids smoking cigarettes in their room.
Right. Right now, your kids is flushing freaking homework down the toilet.
Right.
Clogging up the toilet.
Right now, your 18-year-old is coordinating a ride to go do some sex work.
Right now, your kid is outside, or your kid is stealing groceries from the fridge, taking it upstairs, putting it under their bed because they feel like they don't have to go downstairs to get it no more.
And you got ants.
Now you got roaches. Now your co-roaches talking about you like, hey, I heard he got roaches, and now he had the parents, the people had to come get the kids.
I saw a roach come out their lunch bag.
Now you got to explain to Charlene why you got the roach come out the lunch bag because your kids want to take it upstairs. You talking about it's raining outside and the neighbors got roaches. They coming over to your house. You got to make up this whole lie because your kids bad.
You showing them an invoice of your pest control. Just to prove, no, You showing pictures of your house and showing they dirty.
Right.
But it's because your kids sneaking snacks in their room. They doing that right now while
we
you
got
listening.
Fruit flies, mosquitoes, and roaches
Don't
in
know
our
where
house.
they coming from.
Don't know where they coming from. It's because your youngest child got a banana peel behind the bed that's been there since the beginning of the time.
You ain't even bought bananas in.
You ain't even bought bananas.
You can't remember the last time you bought bananas, but they had a banana.
But they got a banana peel. They got a banana peel under their pillow seat, under their pillow cushion. And it's ants. It's
Ants and roaches in there.
You wondering where they getting all you complaining to the school because they got bites all on their legs, but they getting bit up.
They get bit up at night. You thinking it's the school?
You think it's a school, and you got to go out there every day
Oh my
talking
God.
to the teachers and talking about they need a lesson on PE, but they getting bit up at night.
They getting bit up at night.
Check your kids. Man.
Matter of fact, this is the end of the show, just so you can go check on your kids.
Please.
Y'all be blessed.
Y'all be blessed.
Daddy, where's mommy?